Hi, McGowan Artists. This week is the week before we have our 2-week break for the end of the year. And so I've been in the mood for things that are warm and toasty, hot cocoa and coffee. I love coffee. Are kind of what got me in the mood for this project. Today we're going to talk about the artist Heather Galler, and she is a folk artist. She does a lot of whimsical, colorful paintings that are typically outlined in black, so similar to stained glass windows like we've talked about before. But she likes to do a lot of different things, but mostly she's famous for recreating and painting pictures of teacups and coffee cups and making fun patterns. So that is my inspiration for today. And I am going to show you in a little bit directive drawing how to draw a coffee cup or a teacup, and then we'll talk about adding patterns. So I'm going to move this down here. Now, it's always smart to use a pencil first, of course, in case you make a mistake. It's easier, you can erase it, and especially if you go a little lighter when you do it, it definitely is easier to erase. So I'm going to just lightly sketch it out, but I realize you won't be able to see it very well. So then while I'm talking here, I'm going to then explain in a minute everything that I'm doing and go over it with a Sharpie. So real quick, to start off with, you're going to start off with making a long half oval, almost like a bowl, but not quite that deep. And then you're also then going to come back over the top to finish that off. So it's kind of like an oval that's really squished down. Then on each side, you're going to make the side of your mug. And if you want to be fancy and make it more curved or something, maybe you have a mug at home that you want to try to recreate, that's fine, I encourage that. And then remember how this goes down in that kind of a stretched out U shape? You're going to do the same type of shape again down here, only mine's going to be a little bit smaller because my cup just comes out slightly. Now, for the side, I'm going to be thinking about the letter C, and I'm going to create a handle to hold my mug. So I'm going to start at the top and come down and create a C shape. And then I'm going to go back inside of it and follow along and do it again, a little smaller. And that creates a handle for my mug. So see right there, with just a few easy steps, I've got a little hot cocoa mug. And then from there, you can add details. So I'm going to go back and think about, well, I'm going to have my be hot cocoa, so I'm going to really just make a light little drawing in here, and that would appear to be the hot cocoa, which will be more evident later when I add some color. And then I'm going to add some wafts of steam or smoke coming out of the top. I want it to look like it's kind of hot. Maybe I'll even make a couple of them swirly for fun. So that looks like my hot chocolate is definitely hot. Might even add a couple marshmallows inside of it. Then I'm going to add some patterns. So I'm going to make a few lines and decide, what do I want my mug to have? I'm going to make this one be polka dots. Remember, a pattern is a design that's repeating. And then maybe down here, I'm going to maybe make small polka dots. I guess I'm in the mood for polka dots. There are so many things you could do though. Maybe up here I'll just add some fun stripes. And I don't want to forget my handle. I want my handle to be fun too. So there is a simple mug of hot cocoa drawing. Now, I'm going to color this in with crayon, but I also want to add some fun designs on the background, but I don't want it to take away from this whole picture. So I'm going to think about it, but I was thinking maybe I'll make like a frame around it for fun. I'm using a curved line, but of course you can do whatever you like. The line itself is sort of a pattern because it's repeating. I'm going to add some dots to that. But again, any shape. You could do hearts. Maybe we kind of turn it a little bit to make it easier for myself. Ooh, you could do candy, little candies, candy canes. And then finally, I want you to color the entire thing in. Now, I used a black marker to outline everything. I'm a big fan of that because I just feel like it really makes it pop. But you can outline it with a crayon if you want. And then I'd like you to color it in with whatever you have at home. But I'm going to encourage you to use crayons if you have them instead of markers for the big areas because it looks a little softer to do that. And it won't take away from the rest of the drawing. Sometimes when we use a lot of markers, especially for a big area, it looks a little streaky. I'm not saying it looks bad, but my preference would be to make it look just a little bit more realistic. I'm going to color the inside of my mug here so you see my hot cocoa. You can see that my marshmallows I left white. You can color it in whatever you want. Choose your favorite colors or whatever you want. So for today, I want you to draw a cup that you can use for hot cocoa or a fun drink that you might like to have, even if you don't like hot cocoa, maybe some chocolate milk or whatever it is. I want you to take your time and draw your mug. And then I want you to make patterns, and I'd like you to color it all in. I'm not going to have you watch me color this entire thing in, but when it's finished, I'm going to include the background as well. Have fun and have a wonderful break, and I can't wait to see you in 2021.